Well, if you've stumbled upon this video, then thank you for watching. I am a new flint knapper and I'm based in the UK, and I've learnt the basics, or the things that I know so far from watching YouTube videos. So Jack Crafty, learning to flint knap, I think the guy's called Brad. Danny Collins, lithics and leather. Gulf Coast Knapping, Jason Newman. Those are a few of the people that I watch on YouTube, and those are the US knappers. And in the UK, Will Lord and Dr. James Dilley are the two that I watch. Yeah, hours and hours of watching, and I thought a month or two ago that I would have a go at knapping. So I've amassed a few tools, made a few, bought some pads, and the purpose really is just to do some knapping, and hopefully someone will someone with more knowledge than me, which isn't difficult, will be able to give me some pointers. Let me know where I'm going wrong. Yeah, so what I'll do is I will show you a couple of bits of stone. In the UK, we've got, well, we do have amazing flint, which is found on the chalk, where the chalk is, so downlands, and also on the beaches where we have chalk. So Sussex is the main place, Suffolk and Norfolk, and downland. So I live in Dorset, which is I'm about 30 minutes from Stonehenge, if anyone knows where that is. Yeah, and I really got interested in knapping because about 2 years ago, one of my other hobbies, metal detecting, I was out on a field on the downs in a place called the Deverells, towards Warminster, and I stumbled across a biface, an artifact, and yeah, fascinated. So I went online, started seeing these amazing nappers doing amazing things, and I thought I would like to have a go at that, but I am not very good. So yeah, so this is a flake here. This is a flake of well, this is actually a pebble off a beach, and it's amazing, this material. And this is kind of the quality of dark flint that we get in nodules and what's the other word I'm looking for? Tabular, I think it is, isn't it? The flat, thin pieces. So the beaches towards Dorset and Sussex, all the pebbles, I think, are chert or flint. I've actually got some here that I picked up when I was fishing the other day. So this is the kind of things. These are pretty small, and for someone, you see, I took a flake off that on the beach. This is glassy smooth, this. And again, this one. These are small, and I'm not, because I'm a beginner, as you will see in a minute. I struggle with the smaller pieces. Although I'm working on direct percussion and indirect, and I seem to be able to get a probably making a mistake here by saying a half decent biface, but I sort of seem to be able to get there, and then as soon as I start trying to thin further, I end up with basically things like this. this is a chalky material, so it's probably not the best example, but yeah, bits like this, and it's the thinning stage. As I mean, I watch Jack Crafty a lot. I like his channel. I think he's very entertaining, makes me laugh. Clever guy. And yeah, just the thinning skills are just something else. And I know that is where, from listening to him, that's where everyone seems to struggle. You get to a certain point, and then the thinning is the thing. So yeah, so that is what I'm trying to aim towards. I've never made anything. I've never made a point. I've tried to make little things here and there. I mean, here's a couple of little like a drill type bit that I've made, and again, little things. I really am an absolute beginner. I mean, I've been doing it for like a couple of months, but you'll soon see what I do, and destroy the rock with nothing to show at the end of it. But hey, there you go. It's just another one of my many hobbies, and it's pretty relaxing, hitting rocks. One day, if I keep it up, I might make a point. Who knows? Anyway, look, there's the flint, and if you listen to it, I think you can hear that it's kind of good quality stuff. It's not ringing, but it's pretty good. Bits like this will probably have a more of a ring to them. But yeah, so this seems to be nice material. Although from the beach, I have noticed that the slightly bigger bits will be fractured inside. Now, whether that's because they've been chucked up and down storm beaches for millennia and have cracks within them, I don't know. Whether it's the cold that gets them in the winter, or whether it's just the nature of the rock itself. So again, I'm still learning about the material, but I can pick up lots of these little things, and when I get good enough, this I guess will be a reasonable source of knapping material. Yeah, so that's those bits, and the other stuff which I've found recently. Now this is from a local farmer's field, and I've picked this stuff up because it looks to have a high silica content. Now this is it. Okay, so it's this is like a green sand, and I did look up online on the UK geology just to see what I was potentially working with, and I think it's a form of chert. Now this seems to be a better piece here, but it does have cracks that run at various angles. So I think you can see here. Look, now whether this is a I think I'm going to refer to the YouTubers that do this, because I pick up the terminology from them, nowhere else. So these aren't my words, obviously, but I think if this was caused by me hitting it hard, then this could, I think this is called like an incipient crack. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jack Crafty is the guy that talks about knappability and snappability and incipient crack. So anyway, I think that's probably I think this probably was there anyway, but it could have been me whacking it and causing all sorts of problems. But as I say, if I can get a decent sized spool, then that'll be fine. You know, I might get several chunks out of this, like a jigsaw, and as long as within them there aren't any cracks, I may be okay. And this is quite a big piece here. This is I feel like it's funny, I watch all these videos and I feel like I'm kind of, I mean, I'm not, because I don't have any subscribers, but I feel like Jack Crafty, because he's always like, okay, this is 8 inch. So this is like 7.5, 8 inches across, and maybe 6 inches wide. That's quite a big bit, I guess. But I know that, you know, it's not clean, but a couple of chunks will be fine. So this is the material anyway. This is kind of what I have access to, and I will be going to Sussex and some other places to try and source some rock, some better rock. But for the time being, whilst I'm just learning the ropes, I guess this is as good as anything, but I don't know what it is. I think it's chert. It's kind of, when you turn it, you get little sparkles in it, which I guess is kind of quartzy type material maybe. And it's not super smooth. I mean, it's smooth, but it's not slick, so it kind of feels a little bit granular, but not massively so. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit a few bits of rock, and I have absolutely no problem with people commenting. If I'm lucky enough to get a viewer, firstly, hello viewer, but secondly, please feel free to comment. Be kind or not, but just let me know what you think, and if there's a time on the video where you see me do something horrendously bad and you think, no, why did he do that, then by all means leave it in the comments, because I'm trying to learn, and without anyone to nap with, you know, feedback is not, I'm not going to get any feedback unless you guys put something on there. Yeah, and then hopefully I can post some more videos as I progress. I haven't actually seen videos out there where somebody is, I've seen videos where expert nappers are teaching beginners to nap, but not so many where the beginners are kind of showing their own work. I say work, but yeah, so I guess if you're starting out napping, or you're thinking about it and you see these amazing nappers on YouTube and you think, well, I'm never going to be there, then yeah, I mean, come along for the journey and see what you think, because I'm hoping that my progression will be documented, and if I can produce anything half average that perhaps the indigenous peoples would have thought of good enough quality to haft onto an arrow shaft or a spear, then yeah, that'd be amazing. But we'll see how we go. So yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff will crack. I don't know if it needs treating. I don't know that. If any of you, if anybody who is a napper of any worth stumbles across this and says this is what it is, I'll send you a bit quite happily, and you can let me know what it is if you like. That would be great. And also, if it needs heat treating, I'd be open to finding out what it is. And that's new for me. So let's just try and create some more convexity here. And again, I'm trying with this, I'm trying to hit away, so outwards, and by doing that, I'm not driving flakes in, I'm just kind of nibbling at the edge. Okay, so the tip was full of concrete anyway, so again, that's gone, but that's fine. You can see there it's got like a cortex on it, so that's going to come off anyway. And the goal here is just to try and get some kind of biface. I'm not really after a shape. I mean, I'm guessing if I were a seasoned napper, I'd be looking at this already saying, okay, well, is that my shape there, or would I cut it off here and utilize this full length? Probably I would, but I'm not really skilled enough for that yet. So again, I think I still need to get some convexity on this. Now, I've not posted a video before, so I'm just going to kind of record it warts and all, and just upload it, because my editing skills are non-existent at the moment. So yeah, I'll just try and upload the whole video. I'm certainly not interested in editing it to hide mistakes that I make, because I want you to see them. And I say you because I'm optimistic. See, I've created a bit of a problem there already. I'm optimistic that at some point someone might watch my video, which would be nice. Yeah, that's the kind of problem I normally bump into. That might sort itself out once I so this end bit here, I've got to get rid of this little chunk on here, and yeah, how am I going to do that? I guess I will have to kind of, I've got some soft cortex here, so it's been a bit of a pain. That's all right. There we go. Now, there's concavity in this piece, but I do need to take off this chunk here, so I guess I may cause a problem here, but I'm not sure I'm quite there yet. It still looks like my platform's higher than it should be. Yeah. Just going to try nibbling away, and then I will braid it in a minute, and yeah. Okay. So let's try and get some kind of biface. I mean, this side here, I mean, I'd be well chuffed if I could get that both sides. I probably won't. That was all right. Now, there's something here, a little round thing there. Now, whether that's part of a fossil or don't know. It may cause me problems. It probably will, but there you go. So I'm going to try and take this this little chunk off here now. I'll probably just try and raise that a little bit by just nibbling away. There we go. Yeah, and then braid that. And again, as I said a minute ago, there's convexity in this piece here, so I don't really want to try and hit it too hard. I think I'm just going to snap step into this area, so I just want to take this chunk off with some short flakes. This is kind of my center line, I think, with some areas to remove. But yeah, it's actually pretty nerve-wracking trying to do a video where potentially someone else might watch, because most of my sort of beginner napping has been done alone. So all my mistakes are just that, my mistakes. No one gets to see them. But yeah, something seems to be happening. Again, I'm really only trying to nibble at the moment. Now, whether this is the mistake I'm making, because I think probably more experienced nappers at this stage are thinning with every hit, whereas I am just trying to get some convexity. I may be wrong. At some point, obviously, I've got to thin, unless I was making a hand axe. Now, I can't claim that this is all my work here to get this shape, because it was kind of the shape anyway, but I guess if that was a cutting edge, this could be already a workable tool. They'll have to be sharpened, obviously. But yeah, I can't believe I'm on 27 minutes already and I haven't really done anything, so my apologies. Most people have created a point by now, whereas I haven't even made a point, literally. Now, again, trying to get some convexity, and also trying to balance it, because I've heard people use the expression getting control of a stone early on, and I can kind of see the sense in that. Yeah, I mean, this is napping all right. This is the stuff I picked up from a field a few miles away. Don't know what's inside it yet, but this is going to cause me some problems, because the platform isn't really low enough yet, and yet I need to take off a chunk here at some point, unless I go for it here. But I don't know, maybe a little nibble, just to try and that's too chunky a platform in my opinion. If it is a platform at all. If I whack on that, I could take a great big chunk off, but I could also bust the whole thing up. Yeah. That weren't bad for me, to be fair. So we got a bit of that chunk, which is fine. It didn't do anything after that, but then there was no convexity. It kind of, there was a lump and then nothing, so it wasn't never going to carry. But we got a chunk off. It's nice, pretty clean. Okay, and again, now I've got this this section here, which from this point I should be able to come across, and if I could get to this point it would be amazing, but I'm not sure about that. So I think I'll just go ahead and hit on this bit, but I'll abrade it first, away from the area that I'm trying to get rid of, moving the platform that way. So again, try and strike here, take this area, but short flakes came off. That's all right. That's all right. Again, gaining some control. I just don't want to be putting step fractures in it. Yeah. I get to a point like this and I look at it and my kind of brain goes a bit blank, as if I'm not quite sure what I need to be doing next. I'm going to guess I'm just trying to look to get a central line. Now once I've got that, I need to start thinning to get something that's not so fat. Although, as I say, if I were making some sort of hand tool, I guess that this is the thickness I'd want anyway, so I would just be sharpening. But my goal is to learn to thin this material to the point where I could make a point, I guess. This here is going to cause me problems unless I can get rid of that at some point, because I've already got a little step in there and there's some bulk needs coming off. So let's just try and thin some bits again. If you watch this, if you're interested in watching this, you will soon notice there's a pattern to the problems that I run into. It tends to be the same. And I think Jack, if he were to ever watch this, which I'm sure he won't, he would say that my problem is I'm not being aggressive enough. But that's just my inexperience. So again, look, I've lowered the platform. This platform's now lower. And I've got a big old chunk here I'd like to get rid of. So that's what we're going to do. Have a go here. Now it's flat along here. I don't know whether I need to either side. I think what I'll do is I'll just hold it against my leg and try and hit like that. Now, that was pretty good actually. Do forgive me if I say my strikes are good, but I surprise myself sometimes. So there you go, look, that was a bit of a chunk on the top. And yeah, we've got that off with a nice wide flake. You can hear it? Quite nice material. But yeah, happy with that. So that was quite a nice little thinning flake. And again, I've got another platform here which potentially could run this. Now I'm going to try and hold this, my finger on it, hit that. There you go. It's almost going too well. That's great. Lovely platform. Nice sounding material. This is actually a pretty clean piece. I don't normally take my time, and I think that's part of the problem, is that I rush at this and I don't abrade and I start creating steps. Okay, well, if you're still watching, thank you. I thought perhaps I had an issue with my GoPro because it seemed to be recording in 3.7 gig segments. And yeah, apparently that's what it does, and it just stops you losing or corrupting the whole file, so it kind of splits it down. So it looks like I have still got it, but I'll probably, if anyone is interested in watching this, and again, I'm quite happy to just put videos up there for the fun of it, but if anyone is interested, what I'll probably do is split it down a bit, because I know that long videos are just a pain in the backside. Problem is I'm not quick enough to just produce a video and just you know, get it to conclusion. It's not the way. I'm not that proficient, so yeah, I am going to literally upload what I can and just see what people think and go from there. So anyway, I ought to mention quickly, silly, really obvious things, but I'm wearing a glove. I'm not sure if it's abrasion resistant, but it doesn't seem to split, this one. And I've got my goggles as well. I don't have ventilation in here, but I am kind of in a garage and I'm not whacking on this thing massively hard, and I'm not hopefully breathing in too much of it. But there you go. Anyway, right, let's continue with what I was doing before, and hopefully you'll still be able to see it. I am learning this as I go along, so I'm sure that I will my videos will get better over time if anyone is still watching. And just for the record, I currently have 3 subscribers, 2 of which are my kids. So yeah, everyone's welcome, more the merrier. I've got this other little bopper, so I may start to try and do some longer flakes with this, but I do find that with this one, although it's misshapen, and I've tried to knock it into shape with a hammer, but I'm not sure the best way to get it back into shape. Yeah, it's because I was whacking on a big bit of stone the other day and I shouldn't have been. Right, anyway, so here's the bit that I was working on before I went and changed the battery and did some other bits. So yeah, I've got to try and look at this area. Right, so I've got this section here. It's a bit crumbly, but there is a platform, although it's quite square. But I do need to do that. What I don't want to do is cause any more steps. I think perhaps if I make a platform here, then I may be able to clean up some of this, certainly this side, and then again with this bit, again, I'm not. Ideally, I want to get rid of this little piece here and this create a proper platform here. The only way I can do that is by chipping away. It looks like I did it actually with that. Might be right. Yeah. It's good. You can actually tell. You hear the snap. It's like a click. Anyone who naps will tell you that you get like a resounding click or a snap when you get a good flake or something happens right. So anyway, let's try and take a little flake down here. Now I'm going to put my finger on there and just try and clip it. Not my finger, no, I missed it. Right, so that's an issue, but there you go. Because I tapped away at it and I didn't reabrade, and now I've got this issue. So straight away I'm running into problems. But there you go, part of the fun. Again, hitting on the cortex is not going to give me nice flakes. That was alright, that was nice. Although it has kind of scooped out a bit. That one ran in and round. It's thinned, but it's yeah, that's alright. Again, probably try and hit here now. Hit here and try and take this section off if I can. We've got some of it. Again, my flakes seem to be running this way. Now, is that the way I'm hitting? You see, yeah, I probably am. I'm hitting naturally towards my body, so that the force is coming back. Probably worth me remembering that, because I wasn't conscious I was doing it, but the flakes are proving that I'm actually running flakes towards me. So let's try with this one. It won't hurt, because actually I'd quite like to get to that, but this platform looks pretty sound, so hit in there. And again, I probably took a bit too much there, but I took again, still got a nice flake. We're just losing some of the convexity. I'm sort of flattening it off here a bit. So what I'm going to do in a minute is nibble this back down and then go over the other side. Yeah. And again, I want to start thinning the base before too long. And the tip. I don't want to end up with a thin middle bit. Now these are all things I've learned. It sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but okay. Apologies for that. Let's just keep going as long as I can. And yeah, right. So so this crumbly base, Again, convexity required on there. I mean, that's lovely, that corner there, but it's not thin enough. Yeah. Good flake, but maybe took a little bit too much. Maybe not. I don't know. Sounded like Jack Crafty then. I don't know. Yep. Okay. Nappability. Yeah. Well, that's a bit weird really, because the platform wasn't below the centre line, but we still managed to run a flake. Now, yeah, look at that. Okay. So we are slowly producing something that is a biface, and also it's getting quite balanced. I've got some other bits to sort out, but I'll get it to a stage where I'm where it's a bit more balanced, and then maybe leave it there. So this is almost a 90 degree, but if I flick the end of it, did it do anything? It did. It took out a flake, but that's fine. This now is my issue, and if I can get a flake from here or here to take this area out, not only will I thin it, but I get rid of my fossil problem or whatever it is in there, that little ball, and this. But yeah, so I need to set up a platform here somehow. So what I'm going to do is just nibble away from the edge, keep tilting it until it goes. Okay, well, we kind of have developed a platform. Now it's crumbly there, so I'm going to have to make sure I make good contact. But if I do, and it stays together. Sorry, that noise was me cringing at the thought of hitting it. Right, so can I get rid of that? And what's under there? Who knows? Let's have a look. Yes. Took a bit too much out here, but I think there was an issue there. We've got a slight crack, but that's fine. We thinned that trouble area, look. There. So yeah, happy with that. I'll try and have a little nibble on this edge. That's fine. It was a short flake, but it kind of tidied it up, gave me a little bit of convexity. Got an area here which is spooned out, which is not so good, but no, not going to force that. That's what I normally do, just smack on it until it breaks. I'm not going to do that anymore. That's nice. Again, we're coming over to kind of halfway, even though they're only thin. Now, whether or not these are too thin, these flakes, and I ought to be a bit more ambitious, I don't know, but that was nice. There's a bit of thinning there. And again, I'm creating these ridges as I go, which give me more platforms to carry on with. So yeah, the question's going to be, at what point should I be doing something different? I don't really know. I'm just going to carry on with this at the moment, but I have to make sure that I'm getting to the centre. Yeah. I think this is the issue then, you see. I don't look at the convexity. Now what am I doing wrong? Someone tell me. I don't think that's going to move, is it? No. Okay. Kind of quite